Once again, we are back on Egmont Sochki Tea Talk, Train of Thoughts, with a series of an episode with Dr. Chandra Mouli Dwivedi. He's the CEO and President of MAPS, Management of Productivity Consultancy Services, and it's an excellent insight exclusively to what we are getting on Tea Talk Egmont Sochki. He started from a small place and then I think made his base stronger in Mumbai in the corporate world, and in fact, great insights. Sir, welcome back to this episode.
Thank you, sir.
So now, in fact, you got a Young Scientist Award, like,
Yes, sir.
and also you were very studious right from your
Yes,
school days. और आपने हर एक education का जो भी है आपका, you were at the top, like,
Right.
and receiving a Young Scientist Award, like, you know, उस प्रोसेस में आपने PhD भी किया था,
Right.
and आपको PhD guide you were at the very young age.
Right.
So can you please tell for our target audience at that young age,
Yes, sir.
when you were honored by PhD guide also, like, so what was the criteria like
Yes,
then?
sir. So thank you, sir, and it's indeed a wonderful experience and a great honor to be in the Tea Talk series. And thank you, sir, for inviting. Amazing initiative of the corporate world on the Tea Talk. It is a talk of the town. I have seen many episodes and which has really inspired me. Sir, once I got the Egg Scientist Award from Government of India, Ministry of Science and Technology, it became like a very, very prestigious and very major breakthrough in my life, in my career, and because it is a very rare one. And it is only one in one discipline where Indian Science Congress gives, like they give one in engineering service, one medical sciences, one agriculture sciences. I got in the behavioral sciences.
Behavioral science.
So because of this Young Scientist Award, I moved to the IBPS and I started teaching in the Kalina campus, Department of Psychology. Professor C.G. Deshpande used to be the head of the department, and he was very kind enough to call me, and I used to teach full paper in the Kalina campus in psychology postgraduate department. And Professor C.G. Deshpande encouraged me to take research on a very serious note, because the corporate experience and the academic experience was a very rare combination. And then I applied for the becoming PhD guide in the Bombay University in the Psychology and Management Sciences department. So, sir, you know, for becoming PhD guide, you need to be associate professor and 10 years teaching experience and all those things. But because my outstanding accomplishment, winning the most prestigious Young Scientist Award, published almost 15-20 research paper in the reputed journals, Bombay University and the Research Degree Council Department of Psychology under Professor C.G. Deshpande and Professor Dholke, they waived all the norms and they recognized me as the PhD guide of psychology when I was hardly 32 years old. And that, sir, made me to become the youngest PhD guide in the country. And I then registered students from the psychology, from the management sciences, and sir, so far 3 students have already got PhD degree awarded under my guidance. So this has become a very major breakthrough, and this also made me to be in touch with the academics by being in the corporate world.
Yes.
So whatever I used to practice in the corporate world, I used to teach in the campus. I used to teach in the different management institutes, different colleges, and I also got nominated in the governing board member in few very leading business schools and the universities. I became the PhD examiner of various universities in the country, and that all gave me lot of insight about the academics, also lot of insight about theoretical orientation, and also how to apply these theories into the practice in the corporate world.
And so one more thing, like if we'll see, like in today's many of the HR practitioners who are there, like they opt for a specialization in HR,
Yes.
और HR में चले जाते हैं. Now since you did your basics into psychology, so in fact जो भी students or who are professional or making their career in HR, Don't you think, I think as a psychology which is concerned plays a very crucial role
Yes.
as for the HR which is concerned?
Sir, that's the reason, I got the, plus advantage of being as a psychologist, where I had experimented the psychological testing and the personality assessment of the Bhopal Guest Tragedy over 10,000 people, guiding PhD students in the psychology, in the management sciences, in the one of my PhD student has done PhD on the genius people, on the children who are the gifted, whose IQ is above 140. So how to cope with the children? So all these experience gave me a lot of understanding about the human behavior, how people behave, and the employees in any organization is a very valuable asset.
एंड सेकेंडली जो आज के जो प्रोफेशनल्स हैं HR में क्या ज़रूरी उनको भी आई थिंक ज़रूरी होना चाहिए साइकोलॉजी कम से कम दे शुड हैव सम कोर्स ऑन साइकोलॉजी.
Sir, this will be really great advantage because psychology used to be the science of mind, then it moved to the science of consciousness, then it moved to the science of behavior, and now psychology is the science of adaptability. The HR people who has to adapt with the culture, with the climate, with the employees engagement is very important. They should be flexible and adaptable with the company culture and the issues and the focus. HR has to align with the company business strategy. Employee individual skill has to be aligned with the company requirements. These are understanding about the human behavior, skill, competency certainly requires understanding about the psychology, about the behavior. So if the HR professional can get more insight about the psychology, about the industrial psychology, about the organization behavior, I am sure it will add tremendous business value in their delivery system, in their competency, and in their effectiveness on the job.
Good. I think the HR fraternity, they are listening to Dr. Chandramouli Dwivedi on this Talk Ek Bund Soch Ki. I'm sure like since he did his PhD in industrial psychology, he could understand the human minds in a much better way. And then like when we talk in terms of how to engage the workforce within an organization, I think can be navigated in a much better way. But the psychology plays a very crucial role. And if anyone making the career in HR, I'm sure like they should get into the basic aspects of the psychology and more in depth about what psychological aspects are all about. Sir, I'm sure like with your experience and with your base of an psychology and also in terms of the corporate experience and the target audience who are listening to you, I'm sure like we'll get more insights as for the HR practices which are concerned. Thank you very much for enlightening our target audience, and I'm sure like the inspiration what they're going to get from your journey at a young age, you could complete, you were the scientist.
Absolutely.
And you were the HRD, you were the PhD guide, and also have 3 PhD under you. Like,
Absolutely.
And I think this is what TTOP platform is all about. Where like your struggle at the initial stage,
Yes,
and
sir.
then how you navigated top of a pyramid. I think it's a great learning for them. Thank you very much for your
Thank you,
presence
sir.
on this TTOP.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.